Faff.
Welcome back to FPL Faff with Jez, Jack, and Jim. I'm Jez.
I'm Jack.
And I'm Jim.
And I am wrecked. Guys, this was supposed to be a huge double game week. I took a lot of minus points.
How many?
To 16. So I took 16 minus points with the thought that I want every player in my squad, apart from my second goalkeeper, to play in a double so I can bench boost. I've had a pretty bad bench boost, to be honest.
Hang on. What clarifies as a bad bench boost? Because I was +1 for my minus.
You were +1. So, thing is, being honest with myself, I would have picked a different 11, but it was a bench boost, so I was just like, whatever. I'm not going to select my first 11.
It doesn't matter,
The players that I would have played on my bench totaled 2, 3, 3, and 0, because McCarthy got dropped for this game, which was excellent. I brought in Aina, and they kept a clean sheet in their first game, and he got taken off at half time. Jorginho didn't play in his first game. So
you took the minus as well. So you're like still minus, really.
So I think I'm working this out for the players that I brought in. Oh, yeah, that would have been net 0.
I can't believe I'm +1 up from you from a bench boost. 1 point.
Mate,
Jack.
Jez, I'm with you, mate. I am with you.
Oh, you did it as well. Shit.
I played my bench boost. My bench got 10 points. However, I took a -8 for this game week, so that's a +2. But then I think about it, and Mitchell was in my starting 11 who didn't play. And not only that, he's dropped down to 3.8. So he's lost further value. Honestly, I haven't really been paying attention for the first 90 seconds of this pod. I'm actually trying to navigate on the fantasy football page how you delete team.
As if you're still number 1 by a considerable amount of points. It's at least 15 from me. So there's no way you're not. I mean, you could even fathom about deleting it, mate.
The only thing that saved me here is that I captain Harry Kane. I don't think, unless you captain Gaeta in goal, I don't think anyone's had a good captain choice. I think this double game week is the clearest sign of player fatigue we've seen all season.
Guys,
this was sloppy all round.
I played my triple captain on fucking Bruno Fernandes.
Oh my god!
Mate, not the week for that.
Nil.
Wow, it's like
grim.
Wow. I mean, I didn't take any minus going into this, but every single of my player, even my bench, which I didn't bench boost, so that was fine. But every single player was on a double, and I think half of them actually played in both games.
The rotation killed me this week, so I brought in Cancelo as one of my other -4s. That was a great choice. Didn't play the first game, and of course, City kept a clean sheet, and then did play the second game, and they conceded a late rubbish goal in a game that was already well and truly won. So
funny you should talk about him.
Excellent.
I don't think I've made a bundle off him. He's now 6.2. He started off at 5? I swear he was 5, and. Yeah, I'm gonna get rid of him really soon.
He was 5.5 at the start.
Oh, 5.5. But then
he's after this next double game week, which who knows whether he'll play both because Pep sucks. He's going to be gone from my team very quickly.
Yeah, I am really upset because I brought the one change I had going into this huge double game week was Barnes, and the fixtures look great, and then he's just got that. He got injured in the first game. In the first in the first half, I think.
He wasn't playing for long, yeah.
1 point, red flag. Everyone's going to get him out. I think he's already gone down in value. I don't know.
He will have, yep.
I mean, I'm just going to hazard a guess. Jack saying that he's going to be number 1 on the list.
It's funny. If memory serves, I think he was number 1 on the transferred in list last week.
He was. He was so up there. Oh, I'm really upset with that. I know. I'm just going to run through my team really quickly.
Do it.
I'm going to finish on with the bonus points coming in, like 101 points. Oh, hang on. Maybe just 100. So a whole ton, a big round, fat, triple figures. And that's
solid.
that's all down to Richarlison. So
Honestly, in this week, 100 is a good score. If you're looking at 22 fixtures, 100 is a pretty bad score, to be honest. But
and a triple captain as well.
And a triple captain. That's pretty bad when you think about it. But relative to the rest of the league, there were not a lot of clean sheets this week. There weren't a lot of the usual suspects contributing to goals.
True. Those freaks, that triple captain, Gareth Bale, can do one. That's inside training. I don't know who it is who's done that, but they just knew. I think it was Bale himself that literally is just like, I'm going to turn up for this one game.
No, look, I think if you look into it, those guys all have stakes in golf courses around London, and they've offered Gareth something, free rounds.
Yeah.
Without a doubt, because I'm not being funny, he's done nothing all season, and then he just comes out and does that, and everyone who triple captain has got like 52 points plus. Like
he's probably realizing that if he doesn't do something by the end of the season, he's going to go back to Madrid and just rot.
It's insane. Okay, so I'm still furious about that because I mean that's the only shout that you could have thought, but I hate it. Martinez, 12 points. I'm upset they didn't keep a clean sheet against
against Sheffield,
against the Blades, who
and
weren't they one man Blades, down as well?
They were one man down for about the last 40 minutes or so.
Big up to them. But the thing is, guys, you're getting relegated. I don't care what you're doing. You're getting relegated. Why are you even trying? Just shut up, sit down, let everyone get these points, and just focus on next season in the championship and come back or whatever. But don't try and fight. No one wants to see this. No one. Like those 3 points are wasted. Who literally wants to see that?
Agreed.
I know. 12 points. Cancelo with 2, upset. Rudiger with 12. 2 clean sheets, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. No,
2 clean sheets out of those fixtures. I can't believe that.
Yeah. Out of Man United and Liverpool, that's insane. Yeah. Matt Target again upset with he got booked. He loves a yellow card. It's so annoying. He
really does.
It's so annoying. I think in the last 6 games he's been booked. Oh, it's so annoying. It can't be because he would have been.
He would have been suspended.
Yeah,
I think he's been booked about every second game. Yeah.
Yeah. Couldn't keep the clean sheet anyway. 7 points. Diaz with 12 again. Wolves and West Ham ruining those clean sheets for.
Yeah, that's filth.
I mean, they weren't gonna.
At least he got a goal.
They weren't going to win. At least he got a goal, yeah.
Again, sit down, shut up, and just take the loss. God, doesn't anyone think about the fantasy football?
Clean sheets are so big. Fernando's 18 with a huge triple captain. Oh, my God. Barnes with 1.
Geez.
Salah with 5. Salah, I really want to get rid of Salah, but it's Mo Salah, and the fixtures of Liverpool are insane, so I'm still going to keep it.
Yeah.
Gundogan was 6. Richarlison is going to finish on 17 points, and he had no armband from me. And I'm upset that I didn't back my boy. And Kane with 8, who had my vice captain. Nice. I won't go through my bench, but I did bench Pope, Dallas, Harrison, and Bamford.
Not a lot of points there.
Not a lot, no. Harrison, I don't know why. He hasn't been starting.
They've switched up their formation a little bit at Leeds. So Alioski's also hit the bench. Dallas has moved back to left back. They've brought in Tyler Roberts to play sort of through the middle. They've shifted things around. A couple of people have hit the bench. A couple of people have come on.
Notice they haven't been playing that well since they've done that.
I think it's a bad move, to be honest.
Why change it? I do love Rafinha, and I hate that I took a chance and got in Harrison because no one has him. But that was a mistake. That was a mistake not having him.
As we say, there's 2 types of differentials, and that was the wrong type.
That was the wrong one. Jack, your bench boost, how did you go? You're still number 1 in the league, so congrats.
Thank you, mate. It won't be for long. My bench boost was almost identical to your bench. The only difference I have Rafinha. I'll run through my team as quick as I could possibly go. It's a shambles. I finished on 81 points with a bench boost played, having taken a -8. So I've got a net score of having effectively 25 players playing of 73 points, which is terrible. Don't really want to talk about it. Areola in goal with 8, Loughton 2, Stones 10, Esri Konsa, who I bought in with 9. Was pretty pleased actually with that.
It's huge. Konsa, he's dirt cheap.
It's huge on paper, but like you look at it and they didn't keep a clean sheet against Sheffield. Like you've got to be upset with that. Come on.
Absolutely. I called it a few weeks ago. Like their defense is looking ropey. He's in for the blank game week 29. I'm looking to play my wildcard in game week 13. He's immediately coming out. Mad to think that Rudiger's the same price.
Right, yeah.
Mitchell is in my team. I mean, he's just been the worst player all season. 0 for him. Didn't even play. He's now injured. And he's dropped to 3.8. He's the cheapest player in the game. Fun fact. Midfield of Gundogan 6, Salah 5, Fernandes 6, and Sterling 2. I mean, that is some major big hitters in there who have not delivered.
Mate.
Up top, Ollie Watkins with 7. I captain Harry Kane, who got 16. And then I had a bench boost of Pope 4, and then 2s all round for Rafinha, Bamford, and Dallas. On that note, I'm going to move on swiftly. Jez, how did you get on with your team?
I tell you what, I'm actually getting jealous hearing about your bench. Right, so I had Martinez in goal with 12 points. Satisfied, but also kind of annoyed with that. Ben Mee with 2, Stones with 10, Cancelo with 2, horrible. I captained Bruno, so 6 turns to 12. Gundogan 6, Son 14. I am so glad that I held on to him, though I should have captained him. Salah with 5, Ollie Watkins with 7, DCL with 4, Harry Kane, who was my vice captain, with 8, and my bench boost, McCarthy 0, great. Jorginho 3, Aina 3, which should have been 5 points more. And Consta with 9.
What I love is that you took a screenshot of a great assist by Son this evening, and it was just taken off you for an own goal. I was so happy. It made my night. For all of our listeners, we are recording. What day is it? I don't even know what day it is.
Oh, who knows, man. Anyway, 97 plus the -16 turns into 81. I've ruined my entire season. Let's move on very swiftly out of that and talk about some of the talking points.
Is there any
talking points?
Well, is it time to sell Fernandes? I think we need to talk about that.
Man, is it time to sell Salah is the more pertinent question.
Fernandes. Is it time to get KDB in?
Well,
it might. I don't know, man. I don't think he's going to play every game. I'm
going to captain Sterling next week, and it's a punt. And I'm nervous because I feel like he had a rest in the first game of the double. He was unlucky not to get something against who they play second game. Was it Wolves? Yeah, Wolves. I don't know how he didn't do anything. I mean, the own goal was pinched off his foot. He had 3 shots that were a whisker wide. I feel like when him and De Bruyne are in the same team, I'm going to stick with Sterling. The only reason I want to do that is because I want to roll a transfer to get 2 players who are playing in the double 29, and I'll make those transfers next week. But if I had KDB in my squad, he would have my captain, no doubt.
So, right now, I've got Diaz as my captain going in for next week.
Yeah, nice. No, why not?
I think so. I'm worried about that because Stones has just got to rest. Laporte's just got to rest. In my head, I'm doing some pretty basic, primary school problems here. That rotation looks like it's headed his way.
Yeah,
but he doesn't get rested though.
I mean, he's been once. I think he's been rotated out once.
Let's be real. They've got some Champions League coming up. The season is over. It just is.
It's true.
Yeah.
If I'm Pep, I'm looking at that and going, okay, I've won the league. Great, let's win the Champions League.
Yeah. I don't, mate, and everything else. They're on for the quadruple.
Yeah,
and they could definitely do it. I think with they're not even looking tired, City. This is the thing. Like, they're struggling to 4-1 wins against Wolves.
They've got so many great players. Like their bench is worth
literally
like £1 billion by itself.
Would be fourth in the Premier League. Like,
yeah, and so it's disgusting because at the end of the season they just clean up because every other team has been given it their all with like 14 or so players, and they've got 23 players who have all played games, and KDB gets injured, and they're like, yeah, no problem. Which one of the 6 world-class players are we going to stick in the middle today?
Silva.
What are we thinking about Gundogan, captain, though?
Well, so he's currently got my armband. I don't really like that, but I think that's the way it's going to be.
I think he's the one that's definitely... I don't know. I was going to say definitely nailed in, but wasn't he rested in the last game?
He was. Mate, pet roulette. You cannot do it anymore. Like, the idea that City have a double means nothing anymore.
Does.
Yeah,
You're so
absolutely.
Because they're not going to play both games. Do you know what? Diaz is the only one that has played throughout this whole season as a City player for both doubles in one game week.
That's incredible.
And he got 12. So you got, a goal and 2 points because there was like 0 clean sheets. So that's why, again, I'm thinking of, they've got United. I mean, I don't see a clean sheet there, but also maybe. I can see him scoring, to be honest.
United have just gone blank 2 games in a row.
Exactly. So
they're not looking like they're in the best form.
No, but they're keeping clean sheets. So if you have Luke Shaw or Wan-Bissaka, they're probably not bad players to hold right now. I mean, Luke Shaw's real interesting. I think 5.2 he is right now.
Yeah.
Like, that's interesting. For a fullback who gets as forward as much as he does, he's pushing for an England place at the Euros in the summer. I like the look of Luke Shaw.
What's mad is that City, both of their doubles are at home again. How is it that both their doubles are normally always at home?
Yeah, it's interesting. But let's go back to Fernandes quick, because he looks like a player who needs a rest to be fit. We're talking about City resting all their players, and they were able to do that because they're in a fortunate position. But doesn't Fernandes look... He just looks right off it.
Yeah. Have you seen their fixtures as well? It doesn't look nice.
Yeah, I'm not liking that, to be honest. I might even transfer him out before game week 29, to be honest.
Who
get
would
another
you get
player
him in for,
there.
though? Who would you get him in for?
Well, that's the
big question. And these are the types of questions that we should be answering, actually. Because I'm thinking...
Thing is, I'm looking at the list, and there's a lot of red flags for the players that I would actually want. A lot of the usual suspects like Mane, nowhere to be found. I'm looking at this list. I really don't see anyone that I want.
So, in my opinion, I'm thinking closer to the bottom of the table, the ones that are really fighting to not be in the bottom 3, and even like the ones that are in the bottom 3. Well, I don't know. I wouldn't say the Blades, but they're gonna be fighting all out, and if then it'll be stupid for them not to, So
yeah. To be fair, I think Fulham have been playing a lot better recently.
They have.
I mean, I'm interested in maybe Loftus-Cheek, maybe Lookman, probably Lookman, to be honest. But it feels wrong to go from a player who's, what is he now, 11.6 to a player that's 5 million. Like I don't know if I can justify that without spending it somewhere.
I think the value for the next few game weeks is attack-minded defenders. So there haven't been many goals recently, and I'm not surprised. Players are tired. Like some of the games recently have been really bad to watch because it's just really bland in the middle of the park. Like, no one's really pressing. I mean, I was watching the Tottenham game earlier, away at Fulham. And obviously looking at Harry Kane, my captain, the guy, the way that Mourinho sets him out, he was in Tottenham's third for a lot. They were defending second half. Fulham were the better team. I thought Fulham were going to equalise, if not do more. There was and then it just summed up Tottenham right at the end. It was a free kick. Harry Kane won it. And then the last thing he did, rather than put it in the box and try and get a late, another goal, he just booted it to the corner flag and just couldn't wait for the final whistle to go. And I thought that just sums up everything that Mourinho is. I think the value picks would be players like Luka Dean, potentially Trent Alexander-Arnold, Luke Shaw.
I'm not going to go near Trent with a 100-foot pole. No chance.
Mate, their fixtures. I just feel like...
Yeah, look, I get that, but they've just lost, I think, 5 home games in a row.
That's true.
They cannot put anything together.
So I'm thinking, if I'm going to get rid of Fernandez, there's 2 that scream out to me, potentially 3. Well, the third one I'm definitely thinking of for maybe someone else. So I'm looking at, obviously, Kevin, because that's like quite an easy swap. I'm also looking at crap, what was his name?
Oh crap, what was his name? He's good.
Yeah, I liked him. He played, he had a good game.
Come on, he's brilliant. He's just good. Mount, that's the one.
Oh,
Mason
right.
Mount.
Nice.
Jess, I'm going to ask you to cut that out, but you won't. So
you're right. I won't. So
seriously, Mount, I don't know why I just couldn't think, because like Chelsea are looking all right.
Thing is, Chelsea are one of those teams that they've got a lot of midfielders as well and a lot of very similar players.
They have.
I feel like...
But you got to take a risk,
I know he's... Yeah.
The thing,
I think there's good risks and bad risks.
Chelsea's attack reminds me of how City could potentially play, where you might have Ziyech that gets 2 points, 1 point, 3 points, and then he'll get 19 points, and then he'll go 2 points, 1 point, 18 points. Like, you just can't. There's zero consistency there. Like, Mahrez are great in the double game week. To be fair, he was a really really great pick. He had him. And, nice one to managers that took him in, but I can't
so
even look at him in my team.
I've been burnt by players like Mahrez so many times.
When we got him in and captained him and he didn't play. I think he got
once. 3 points or something out of a double game weeks.
That said, he hasn't missed a minute in the last 4 games. He's got 2 goals and 3 assists. Like it becomes.
But they had some injuries there. I think all of a sudden he's going to get a couple of rests. I would be shocked.
He should just keep playing him, because if he plays him, he does bits, doesn't he?
Yeah, but Pep doesn't give a fuck. He's got Phil Foden sitting on the bench getting cold. Like, are you kidding me?
Guys, I'm also looking at Sigurdsson. He's come off the bench again, and he got a great assist.
Jim, you lost me. It came off the bench.
Come on. It's all about actually doing stuff, and like.
But it's also about playing minutes.
Also,
if you're listening to this pod.
Lingard.
Jay Ling's 100%. If you're listening to this pod, though, don't listen to Jim. Get players that play minutes.
I mean,
Please.
He does. He's just come off the bench this time. But, like, I think these are shrewd and savvy things, because they're not the big turn-up kings of old. And so it's the only way, if you want to mix it up, is by getting these other players.
Okay. I think Mason Mount's a shout. I think his next 2 games, I'm having a look, they've got Everton next, then Leeds, then they don't play in the blank game week. So he's probably not on my list for that reason. But game week 30, from then on, they've got West Brom, Palace, Brighton, West Ham, and Fulham. I mean, it's a no-brainer for someone that's and he's. I think he missed the first couple of games on Tuchel. Since then, he's like Tuchel's favourite player. Like, he runs, he's got legs, he chases down. He's a bit of a box to box. So he's at what is he, 7 mil less? Like he's
I think he's 6.9.
6.9. Like he's one to look at.
I'm also looking for game week 29, because it's got that big blank. Getting Bamiyang in, so I'll have to be swapping someone big for.
That is a very expensive mistake, but please do that, yeah.
I just feel like he is due. He's a bit rusty, but like he's doing bits. It's him or Saka.
One word
to be honest.
Bamiyang. Differential. No one will have him. If he does
but Jack, look, we talked about good differentials and bad differentials already. Like, I don't think I need to spell this out again.
I think there's 2 differentials.
It goes both ways.
I think for the remainder of the season, there's 2 differentials. It's Aubameyang and it's Rhian Brewster. And I think that if you got both of them, you'll be fine.
Oh my god! Right. That's all the terrible advice done, guys. It's not time for that yet. I want to talk about. Actually, do you know what? He might be your turn-up king. Go on, tell us who your turn-up king is.
The turn-up king. You know who I'm going to say. There's only one person that's even credible for it.
Is there?
Yeah.
Mahrez.
No!
Gareth
no,
Bale
it's
has to be.
1,000,000% Richarlison.
Oh, of course. Yeah, nice.
That's Jim's Turn Up King of the Week. Fat 17 points. Thank you, my boy. And then the Tiny Turn Up King of the Week will go to Bale for just sheer outrage of people who triple captain him.
Mate, that second goal, the way he took it. Oh, Gareth Bale of old.
It was beautiful.
Right on the outside of his foot, bottom corner, in off the post. It's a lovely goal.
Tiny turn up. Yeah, well deserved.
He's definitely a differential. I'm actually looking at him now.
Really?
I never thought that I would be saying that, but if he continues to play the way that he's been playing, he looks exciting.
1.3% of the whole app, the game, have got him in. Wow.
Well, there's one more thing to say, and I think that's just that going into game week 27, there are two teams with doubles. One of them is City. That's a bit of anyone's guess. And the other one's Southampton.
Southampton?
Yeah.
Oh.
Who do you think it was?
I don't know. I literally had a blank.
Southampton didn't. So McCarthy's been dropped. Forster, 4 million. Interesting or not?
It's too risky.
Not for me. It's Southampton. They're just so poor. I don't want to go near them.
If you're going to have him on your second
and then
sub,
City,
if you have him on your second sub, definitely your second keep, 100%. Because you've already played your bench boost now.
Yeah.
I'm starting a lot of money on my second keep with Pope and Martinez. So,
I think I'm going to live with McCarthy personally, just because I want to use my transfers to get a team together for Game Week 29. Obviously, Martinez is already playing in 29.
You can always take another minus 16 points, Jez.
Yeah, look. So that is time to move on.
What is your team looking like going into Game Week 27?
I want to say bad.
Come on. So this is the big bit for everyone.
So I'm looking at Martinez in goal, Konsa, Stones, Cancelo, Bruno Fernandes, Gundogan with the armband, Heung-min Son, Mo Salah, Ollie Watkins, DCL, and Harry Kane. And then on my bench, I'm going to have McCarthy, Jorginho, Aina, and Ben Mee. Though I'm thinking about transferring out Ben Mee. I'm not sure if I'm going to do it this week or next. Either way, he's not going to play.
Then what formation's that?
I believe it's not a Jez. That's a 3-4-3.
Oh, interesting. Go on, Jack. What's yours?
I'm looking at a 3-5-2, which consists of...
I believe they call that a Jez.
Yeah, which consists of... I'm debating whether to roll a transfer, giving me 2 next week. If I do make a transfer, I'm taking Pope out and I'm putting Forster in on the double. Really just to free up funds more than anything.
So, hang on, 10 seconds ago when I said Forster interesting and you said not for me.
For the reason being, he's 4 million. If he was 4.5, we wouldn't be near it, but he frees up. I mean, he gives me an additional 1.5 million to put around my team. So it's either that or it's Areola against Liverpool away, and I don't like the thought of
I'd
that.
probably do that.
To be honest, every one of the last 5 teams to come to Liverpool has come out with 3 points.
True. I just back Liverpool to score at home, but I'll go for my team. So currently, Areola in goal, 3 in defence of Stones, Dallas, and Konsa. In midfield, I've got Gundogan. I'm going to captain Sterling, Salah, Fernandes, Rafinha, Watkins, and Kane up top, and then a bench of currently Pope first sub, Bamford, Loughton, and Tyrick Mitchell.
Nice.
Tyrick Mitchell. I can't believe you still have him.
No, mate, no.
Do you remember when we took the piss and then he started playing, got some clean sheets, and now we're back to taking the piss?
Yeah.
I love when it comes full circle.
You're gonna stay taking the mick as well. He's got an injury on him now. The kid's not playing.
Do you know what? I might get him back in just because he's dirt cheap.
Yeah,
you might as well. If you've got transfers to burn, and I know, Jez, you do. Just whack all the shit dead ones on your bench, and then go premium. But we all know now that even if you go really premium, you don't really get the rewards.
It's form. We've learned this year, fixtures don't matter. It's all about form.
Always. So I was looking at a 4-4-2, and it's now a 3-4-3.
Okay. I believe they call that a secondary, Jez.
Sure. Martinez in goal. Cancelo on the double doesn't mean shit. Target against Wolves. That's probably not a clean. I mean, I'd like it to be a clean sheet.
I think that might be.
I mean, that's why I've got Martinez in there as well. Diaz at the moment with my armband, a double. Fernandez, I'm not fancying that. Salah, Gundogan, Lucas Moura is my only change.
Wow.
Oh, and such a mistake. I'm really sorry, but such a mistake.
I took Barnes out for Lucas Moura because...
Such a terrible decision.
I mean, maybe. In his last, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, he's got 6 points, 1.881. So,
mate, he started on the bench tonight, though.
He did.
Yeah,
but
he's a bench player who occasionally comes on and does bits, but again, I don't want a player who's going to play 30 minutes.
Well,
Also, I'm sorry, Gareth turning up. You've got Son, who's not going to get dropped. You've got Kane in there. You've got oh god, what's his face?
All I'm saying, guys, is that he was in a double.
Dele Alli, that's who his face is. I can't believe I forgot Dele.
Ali's not going to play.
He started tonight, man.
Yeah,
he was looking good.
Morris started on the other one in the double, so it doesn't matter. He got 8 points in that. So he's they're at home to Crystal Palace. I think he's going to play Lucas Moura, and if he doesn't, if he comes on, he'll be a bit of a super sub. And anyway, it's just my change for Barnes, who's injured, and he is a huge differential because 1.2% have him in the squad.
I mean, look, I think for good reason.
But guys, you took the piss when I got Richarlison in, so
yeah, but that's because Richarlison wasn't turning up as much as DCL, who's cheaper and plays for the same team. Mm-hmm. It's not because Richarlison's not a great player.
You win some, you lose some. I'm taking a punt. I've got Richarlison. Right, okay.
Everybody, you heard it here first. Jim is going to lose this one.
I've got Richarlison, Kane, and Bamford up front. I have benched Pope. I have benched Rudiger because I'm going to back my boys. I can see Everton scoring.
Everton scoring.
Yeah, I agree.
Especially away. We would fucking love that. We actually play better away. I've benched Harrison and Dallas, and they're against West Ham. The only Leeds player so I'm keeping 3 Leeds players reluctantly because they're all playing in the Gameweek 29. I'm going to have to get another Villa player in, and I'm thinking of getting 2 Arsenal as well, or even one of each, either an Arsenal and a West Ham player.
Faff.